Hi, I'm Jane Brecken. I am being joined by Dr. Rosie Kuhn today, and we are going to continue our discussion around two wonderful workshops we're offering on Gull Lake this summer on August 10th and 11th and August 13th and 14th. One workshop is entitled Who's Running My Business? The other is Deep Recovery. Welcome. So excited to be talking with you today.
Thanks, Jane. It's nice to be here again.
Great. So Rosie, I was wondering if today we could just sort of talk about the two workshops together. So if we have someone that's saying, "Oh, I could be a part of both of those workshops. They both apply to what I'd be interested." How does someone come to the decision about which workshop to choose?
It's a great question. And I think both of them are going to be really valuable and exciting. Exciting for personal growth and for insights and just for meeting great people. The truth is who we are running our business is in a sense the same person who is challenged with how to live a great life. And so how we be with the choices that we make in either life or business is basically the same. And so I wrote a piece called Who's Running My Business? I don't want to think about it, because it's how we be with a lot of the concerns and negativity, negative thoughts, negative patterns, negative fears and emotions that come up that scare us and or keep us from taking risks with our business or taking risks with ourselves personally. So in a sense, if I were to choose, I might say, go to the recovery piece first. But the truth is that either one is going to provide that place of how am I choosing to choose what I choose. It's because it's not what we choose that's important, but how we choose what we choose.
So, Rosie, can you say more about this negativity that you're talking about? I heard a statistic thrown around that a great percentage of kind of our thinking comes from this negative place. So, is it necessary that we have to be thinking the greater percentage of the time in that negative place, and how does that relate to what we're going to be doing here specifically at either of these workshops?
So I kind of hold two paradigms, if you will. The current paradigm of work and life is fear-based. In a sense, we look at what we don't have. In a sense, it's also not only fear-based, but lack-based. What I don't have or what I won't have or I won't get kind of thing. It's what we don't have. So in terms of life or business, relationships, money, health, safe environment, security, stability, those are things that we're striving to get. On the other hand, in a sense, from an essence-based, and for me, a truth-based, the absolute truth-based, is that we don't have, there's no lack, that we come from creativity, inspiration, and this sense of knowing what is and what's mine to do. The challenge is that we're so inundated with what, it's like, if you don't follow these rules with a business, or if you don't go to this school, or if you don't, all of these elements of what I am or what I'm not, if I'm a woman, if I'm a man in this situation, or if I'm over 35, or all of those things are lack-based perceptions. So we're swimming in that constantly. And so approximately 70% of our thoughts are negative in nature. Now, it doesn't have to be that way. We've just trained ourselves and been trained to think that way. And because of that, then we have anxiety and stress constantly. We're constantly bathing ourselves in stress. The adrenaline is constantly swimming around inside of us, and we sometimes want to quell that with food or drink or Facebook, something that's going to distract us from that place of stress, negativity, and anxiety. So both of these trainings, both these workshops are oriented to go, wait a second, I know I am in inspired to do this work, I know I have the capability. I know it doesn't matter how old I am. It doesn't matter what gender I am. It doesn't matter. And I want to bring this into the world. This is my work. And so we become less concerned with fear-based thinking and become more oriented, train our mind to think, this is what I want, and I can make this happen because other people have made it happen. It's not like I am an exception. I want to be the exception, and there's other people that have done this before me. So I am not alone. I am not some weird wacko person who's trying to make up something from a spiritual perspective. There are people doing this kind of living this way in support of them thriving and teaching their children and people they love to thrive. Do what you love.
Right, right. Oh, Sajai, really interesting that you say that. So who knew? I mean, we always had that thing that we aren't aware of having. So at the workshop, it sounds like we're going to become a little bit more that we have this thing we didn't know we had, which is,
well, yes.
Go ahead.
Which is what?
Which is what you tell me. Which is what?
Well, here's the deal.
Go
And if I go, wow, wouldn't it be fun if I made this widget, and this widget would support people in, just fill in the blank. Okay, I'm just now inspired to start a process by which becomes potentially a business. Okay. Or, wow, I would love to learn more about electronics and technical stuff. I think I'll go to school and learn how to do that so I can, okay? Right. It always starts out, generally speaking, with a, wow, I'm inspired to create something. I mean, that's how any corporation got started, with some little business in some little backyard or basement. That's how it gets started, is with inspiration and creativity. Or a sense of, here's the problem, and as Einstein would say, we keep trying to solve the problem with the same thinking that got the problem. And so there's those of us that think beyond that problem, but every one of us has a thinking that has that potentiality to be incredibly creative and inspiring and bring something into the world that isn't here yet and is ours to do personally.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Oh. Awesome.
So
it does make sense.
It doesn't, we don't have to live from this negative, what I don't have and what I can't have and those kinds of things, that disempowering, place, but this place of potentiality, 100% potentiality.
Cool. So Rosie, what you've just shared is that, so whichever workshop you pick, if you feel like you could, you'd fit in both, pick one, and you're gonna come out with some real ideas around that you can put your ideas into reality, and they will come true if you're not listening too much to the fears.
That's right.
And so creativity will come in either of these workshops.
That's right.
For sure.
And
awareness of
and
that.
My question would be, so if someone calls and says, so I don't know which one to go to, I'll say, well, which one are you inspired to go to? And they'll go, I'm inspired to go to both. It's like, all right, well, come to the business workshop because that's first. That's on the 10th and the 11th of August. And if you're inspired, come to the next one. And maybe the business one will find a way so that you have the finances, the support to do the second one. But don't miss out on the first one. And then in the second one, go, gosh, I should have come to the first one.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Great idea.
But listen to that inspiration. Like, what am I inspired?
Right. It's good practice.
Yeah. And the truth is, and this is what we're talking about potentially in the next video or so, is that the notion of recovery is not just, oh, I have a substance abuse or a mental health issue that I have to recover from. It's recovering from that element of reality that has us be something other than thriving and feel joy about being who we are. And that's what we're really up to in both of these, but primarily in, you know, in the recovery one. It's not about, oh, I just have a substance abuse or they have a substance abuse, so that workshop's not for me. It's how do we recover or reclaim our joyful, inspired, creative, loving self.
Right. Yeah, beautiful. Well, that makes me want to come really like soon, Rosie. So thank you so much.
How about August? Okay.
Oh yeah, let's do that. All
All
right.
right.
Until next time, we'll see you. I appreciate your offering here, and I'm hoping it's helping folks to decide to come to one or both. I
All right.
appreciate that.
You're
Thanks,
so
Rosie.
welcome. Bye, Jane.
Bye bye.